I met Parker, I think 2009. He had just gotten back from a trip to the Antarctic Peninsula on a boat, and he sort of got encouraged about climate change, and I think it was a mutual friend that introduced us, and in 2005 I was involved in some climate research on a North Pole expedition with Mark Cornelissen, and putting out some beacons, an expedition called Pole Track. And so since that point in time, I had always had a lot of interest in climate change. And I think the paths of both of us wanting to do something about climate change and also exploring the polar environments, I think was a good match. And so I met his parents, and I met Parker in 2009, and then in 2010 we did our first North Pole expedition, which was a last degree. And we had some really interesting conditions in 2009. Actually, 2009 was the trip. So, 12, 13. Yeah, 2009. There was about 4 other teams that got dropped off. Some Navy SEALs, some British Secret Service, some Dutch Secret Service, and then it was Parker and myself. We did quite well on that trip. I mean, it was Mother Nature threw everything at us, and due to climate change, I feel, you know, there was a big, huge lake in between us and in the pole, and we were unable to do it. We were about 2 or 3 days ahead of everybody else. All the other teams that got dropped off at the same point. And I think, you know, I think with not making the pole, that was the first time I didn't make on a pole trip, and you know, it really shows that it's truly an early warning sign for what's going on the Arctic Ocean. And I think it inspired Parker even more to come back and do it the next year. And so he said, let's try to do it again next year, and we continued to speak. And you know, I put him on a training schedule as well, just like the first time. And he was still a boy at that time, you know, a young man. And I think both those expeditions, and then we were successful on the second trip. I think we did a whole last degree in, I think, 5 days. We had some really good conditions, and we were able to get it done pretty quickly. And we did involve some science work on that one, and I think Parker was encouraged by that, and sort of got that polar bug, and came back the next year and wanted to do some more science work on the North Pole. He had an idea to possibly do a circumnavigation to Svalbard on a kayak, and I felt that was a little unsafe, not only for myself but also for him. And he ended up doing the North Pole trip. So we did some cool science on that one as well, collected some snow samples, and I've been sort of a mentor for him ever since we met, introducing him to the right climate change scientists, and also the right people that's helped him out in his polar exploits. And I think this was a huge step. We had attempted to do this trip last year. We were going to do from the Messner start, and I think for one reason or another, I think we had to regroup and take another year to make sure that we were going to do it right. And so as this year came around, we were going to return to the Messner and do that. And I think we introduced the idea of bringing the Arctic truck and possibly doing more science work, and I came up with an idea because of the past experience with Arctic trucks and doing Leeward Glacier to do a trip from Leeward, and that interested me. I've done several crossings already. This is my 11th time to the geographic South Pole on expeditions, 2 crossings. So I've been doing a bunch of this stuff for over a decade, and it's certainly interests me, but also the new route of coming up the Leeward also interests me as well. And so Parker's been working hard on you know, gaining a sponsorship, and I think it's going to be a huge Herculean effort on Parker's point to be able to try to get this thing done. And I think it's sometimes when you have other objectives within the expedition, sometimes it takes a back seat, and hopefully I'm wrong, and I know that Parker can do this, and it's going to be a huge task for him. He's never done anything this long before or this hard. You know, this is going to be heavy sleds and a 25-day expedition, and he really has put his mindset to try to break a speed record, which is 24 days. So, you know, we got to have there's no room for mistakes, or you're going to really have to be on your game, and I think hopefully Parker learned that up on the North Pole, and about just how inhospitable this place can be. I mean, we've had really nice weather driving out here, really fairly mild temperatures as compared to what normally is here at the Polar Plateau. Minus 25, 26 I think is the coldest it's been, and I've been here in minus 70. So I just know it's very hard to do anything, and you have to be very organized, and I'm hoping that he's taken those steps to become very organized. We haven't spent any time training together in the last year and a half for this expedition, which you know, is always a concern. I mean, with both of our schedules being very busy, and you know, we talk every week and a half or so, and he keeps me up to date with stuff, with what was going on, and not only physically but also the organization of the expedition too. So we're about ready to start. We're about ready to hit the pole, and we're going to head down to the Leverett here in the next few days, and it's going to be game time. And I think you know, he has to show his colors, and we have to get at it, and it's going to be a huge effort, and you know, hopefully he learns, because it's a lot different from the Arctic Ocean, and you know, and hopefully I'm a good teacher, and he's learned the right skills and the right things that he needs to do to be successful, and that's our goal. Hopefully we'll be standing at the pole around before New Year's this year. I think Parker has a great will to try to get this thing done, and you know, I'm sure when it comes game time, he'll get it done. And I would have liked to had some time together to actually train, to just spend time together, and I think he has grown up. He was certainly a young boy in high school when I met him, and has grown up in the last you know, 4 years that I've known him. And you know, he's a sophomore in college right now at university, and you know, he's certainly developed more of a man, and you know, I anticipate he'll use that manhood to be successful, and use his physical skills to be able to get to the pole. The polar exploration is it's a very individualistic type of activity. You have a lot of introspective thought, and you're pulling a sled all day, and I think when you stop, especially on something that's in front of us, the objective that's in front of us, you eat and you drink real quickly, and you start moving again. We have some small, you know, we talk about stuff in the tent and that kind of thing, but you know, it's not you know, it's a goal that both of us have set forward, and we work together as a team to achieve that goal. And it's not a lot of you know, we get along real well, and we've been, you know, doing these trips together, so he entrusts me and as keeping him safe, and hopefully I'll do that. You know, I'll do everything in my power to keep our team together, and hopefully we'll be standing at the pole.